So, I'm back and showing a little tutorial how to fix animation flickering and stuff. So, as maybe some people know, Disguster made it a PAM converter for birth by sleep animations. He also made it for KH1 a converter to animate this. I think these have the same problem, and Dream Drop Distance animations also have that problem. If you get these animations in 60 FPS, because he was able to fix the animations in 30 FPS, I will show now what I mean. I use for that a Ventus model because I do Ventus mod, so I will use that. So I drag and drop the 30 FPS ones I have converted with Disguster's PAM converter, and you see all these animations are working completely fine, but are simply in 30 FPS. So that is definitely something. Then I have converted all of the same animations in 60 FPS, but you see they have flickering in it. So they're much smoother, but they're flickering, which is kinda meh. So what we're gonna do is fixing these animations, and that's something we will do now. So first of all, I will gonna extract this animation. This is full of flickering. So what we're gonna do is open the animation in here, the 60 FPS one we have converted, do a little check in here, and then we click export asset. It's a little bit buggy sometimes, but so this was working. We have then our asset right here, which I'm gonna put in here, name it Ventus. Then we open Oasis with the MDLX plugin. We have just to need the asset in the same folder as the MDLX and drag and drop it in here. So now you see the animation in here. We are gonna exporting this animation as a normal FBX. Boom, export complete. Then we can close it. And we can delete the Ventus asset. We have made it there. So this is a Ventus error attack, some like. I just name it like that because it's for me easier that way. And what we're gonna do is now open, for now, the MSET editor. Frick. Now everything's, yeah. We're gonna open a clear MSET. I have an MSET here that has no animations in it, so I like to use something like that as a base. Then we are going to open the base arc MSET we have here and going to the 9th slot because the animation was in the 9th slot if I remember correctly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It should be this one with 60 FPS. We are going to put this here, 60. This is correct. So we are gonna extract this pointed file and putting it in here, name it like 30. Then we are gonna putting the 60 FPS version also in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next one, extract 60, and I put an FL in here, which signals flickering, just to have that as a kind of reminder. Then we are going to put the clear MSET here, putting the 31 and the 61 in here. So we have to name it again. This FL, because why not? Then I'm gonna save the MSET as, I don't know, Ventus error attack, because why not? This will save it as an MSET, and we have it here down. So what we're gonna do now is open Blender. I use right now 4.1 because it's the newest version. I also use sometimes Blender 3.6 or also Blender 2.9.3. So we are gonna import our animation here, which I have saved here. So Ventus error attack here. And we already see our little Ventus here. Venti. So this animation is, yeah, a few frames long. And you see all the flickering in here. We don't wanna have flickering. So what I'm gonna do now is open here this little thingy, open the summary, going from timeline up to graph editor, do all of these, this little eye, so we don't see that, because we don't wanna see all of them, because this is just a little bit too much. So if I move that a little bit up here, so what I'm gonna do now is open the output, going to time stretching and move it all around to 900. Just the left click holding and going right with the mouse, or left for lowering, blah, blah, blah. I use that a lot because even if you fix the animation and you see there's no problem in it, some little spaces there are left that might be broken or something that you don't see at the first time. So if I go now, you see that the frame count is more going up, but the time is stretching a bit more. So you see what really are the problems here. All the moving around and rotation, flickering and stuff. So we don't need textures for this though. So we should be fine. So what I'm gonna do now is we are looking for the bones that are broken. You can do it manually, like when you go for the pose mode and click at one bone that might be broken. See, this is bone 49. 49, yeah, I think. If you then open the little tab and go to quaternion W, you see some sort of line. This line is actually correct. There is no problem with it. It looks good. Because I have, I saw that the W quaternion rotation is always upper greater than the blue line in the middle on 0. So it's always top. So we don't need that. So start Control Z to revert everything. So there are. So I definitely know that bone 2 is broken. You see, because Ventus upper body is bone 2 and it's moving around. And his legs too, this is bone 40. I have already a lot of fixed animations there. So there's also a little trick you can do if you don't know what you're doing, to see which bones are really broken or which not. First of all, we are going to open bone 2. You see already the lines here. I can already tell these keyframes are broken, that they have to be flipped up. Also maybe this one too. Not sure about that, because maybe some keyframes are a little bit broken in other specific ways. So, oops, oh shit. So this key bones are also a little bit broken. I don't know how much actually. So some animations are a little bit special. So to see and fix which animation is that, we can use a little trick. It's not perfect, but it works most of the time. And it's not really that complicated. We are going to open again now the viewer. Find the controller, Ventus, and putting the 30 FPS animation of it in here. Going to the 9th animation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is this animation here. Yes, the one that works perfectly fine. We are going to export this animation. Yes, and the third time. With it. Done. Going to close this, putting it over in here. Name it Ventus. Asset, open Oasis again, putting it in here. This animation looks fine, it doesn't have any problems. We are going to export it and close, complete. You don't have to do it every time for every animation, because some animations are easier to fix like that, or just have less flickering and stuff, or whatever. It depends sometimes on the animation. So we have Ventus out here. We are going to open again Blender, a second instance, and then we are going to import the animation, FBX, MSET, and Ventus out. Then we are going to do the same here. You see already the animation is a little bit different from all the other stuff. Graph editor, going to this out, open bone 2 and W. So you see, okay, most W quaternions are most of the top up. some animations go maybe down. So maybe I'm sometimes wrong. So, but you see here is the correct line of the graph editor already. So if you have the complete fixed 30 FPS animation, then you're mostly good to go. The only problem on this animations though is every keyframe is doubled. So you see the value of this keyframe down right. Every 2 keyframes are the same every single time. So only one of the keyframes is in the 60 FPS variant a bit different. So you see this here, this is the first, and the second one is slightly different. So yeah, there's definitely a different keyframe of it here. So what I'm gonna do now is I open simultaneously the fixed version of it. Look where everything is going correct. Better you have a second screen or something like that, what I have. Or third screen is also great. And then you look always on the left side or right side where you put your second screen and look which frames are broken. I can already tell, yo, this one broken. Going to mirror it and by values over 0 value. Boom, they snap up. So now you see, oh, there's some sort of problem here too. So this one is actually quite not correct, which I already referred to something. Mostly be 2 keyframes, right on the right and the left, and then in the middle are the broken keyframes. You have just to flip the broken keyframes up and right on the right and the left of the broken keyframes. So let's say these are the broken keyframes, these 5 here. And most likely on the right here and on the left are also broken keyframes. Not always, but mostly. They're some sort of spiking out a little bit. You can fix them by manually putting them up or put another value in here. Sometimes I just do this, click on that, Control C. And then going to the next one and Control V to have it more better or something. You don't always have to do it, but it feels better. So now this one is already fixed. If I look into the left one here, see this one goes down. So I see up this one here is completely broken. So I'm gonna mirror flip that over the 0 value. And this one is a little bit broken too. So we're gonna put it a little bit down. This is fine by me. And then we have fixed the first rotation of it. We are going to the next one and they have the exact same problem here. 5 broken keyframes and 2 of them are also a little bit spiked dead. You can't just put them over the 0 value because if you do that, like if I put this now over the 0 value, boom, it's spiking out a little bit. This is wrong. We want to put in more in the middle of it for a smoother experience of the animations. And the same goes for here too. Mirror. Values over 0, and this one is a little bit spiked up, just one down, and it should be fixed. Same goes for the quaternion one, for Y, mirror, moving this one up. Yeah, it's not quite good, so I'm gonna just copy the frame for that. And the same goes for here. It's also not perfectly lined up or something. So I'm just gonna copy that too. Boom. And then going to flip these values. Boom. This one a little bit down. Fine by me. And Z coordinate. So we are going to flip these 5 again around. The same problem's always on every rotation, on every keyframe. So it will be always on this spawn or just 5 keyframes and the same on the end. Not for every animation though. Some sort of other animations don't have the flickering on certain bones or not. So yeah, this is something I just wanna say. So this is not completely lined up, so we are gonna do the same again. Control Z and 5. And the same goes for here. So it's not completely like this. Boom. And then we are mirroring this shit again. And the broken one that is left here. So now we should have fixed bone 002. If I now go around for the animation, you see Ventus' upper body is not rotating like shit anymore. It's working completely flawlessly without any problems. And you have to do that for every other bone too. A side note I can tell for Ventus, making ANBs sometimes a little bit big because you have a RAM limitation of 32 megabytes on the PlayStation 2. For the PC version it was not fixed or made it higher or something. So you want to save every single kilobyte you can have for custom animations because they will be gonna big. That's some sort of problem. Ventus have a lot of bones you don't really need. I have a little list of them. I have bones I can delete, so they're not really necessary for the animation to get work. So these bones will be some hair bones, most likely like this. You can delete this bones here. You have your mouse put on here, then press delete. Bone 21 is not needed. Bone... I have to look for my list a little bit. I have here a little list of things I can use sometimes. Yeah, it was 32 and 33. Then 36 is the one and 37 we don't need. The same goes for 44 and 46, 47, 58 and 52. 51 and 52 is most likely the bone here for the little shoe. It's not needed on every animation, but if you have something sort of a running animation or something, then you will need this bone. But Ventus is in the air and don't really need the animation for that, so it looks still completely fine at this point. And you saved around 7 or 8 kilobytes or something, I would say. Don't have to be the thing. Here's the little bones you can delete. Lösche is German actually for delete bone 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and so on. The same goes for Aqua. I have for Aqua a little bone list already. These are the bones you can delete without any problems for nearly every animation. So that's completely fine. Yeah. So we are gonna fix now Ventus completely a little bit. So we see here already bone. This bone is definitely reversed, and this one is broken, and this one is broken, this one is broken, and this one have to be also up. If I go now to my little help here again, and look for this one up. Bone 30, there you are. And see, this one is the same like bone 2 most of the time. So I will just gonna fix that quick up. You can either put another minus in here for a double minus, so it will go up, or you also can just delete the 0, or you just right click on the thing and mirror by values over 0 and it will just reverse. So that's pretty much easy. I will actually keep this one, I think it looks good. So, god damn it. Control Z, you have to use it often properly. Probably sometimes because, yeah. So we're doing this. This one is a little bit off, but I think it's still fine. I don't wanna make it different now, so we leave it like that. So we are gonna mirror all of these. Putting this one a little bit up because it's broken. Same goes for this now. Mirror. Before I know you can just mirror it by overvalue, I clicked every keyframe one by one and changed the value per hand here. So this one is actually much easier and faster. And I made it a lot of animations of Ventus already. So yeah. So this one is a little bit broke. Oops. This one have to be valued. And this one goes a little bit down. That's fine. This goes up to here. Mirror. This one goes down. Sometimes you already see where the problem is and where not. If you don't know, just grab the 30 FPS one and you're good to go. This is pretty awesome. So like this one, actually I can't really tell that good which frames are broken or not. So I looked that quick up on the Z axis here. And see, So this one apparently is broken. Gonna mirror that a little bit and going up. this one is okay. So this one is up to 10. 10 is 70, this one. So this should existing somewhere. Maybe I broke it already because this one is the mirror broken one, so that have to be 0 because 123 is on that hand also the same value for the 30 FPS one. So that means this one is kind of broken and this one too. So I was already correct nearly. So the same goes then for here. A few of them get up and a little bit down, so I just have to look now which frame is exactly broken. 112 is on frame 36, so around here. So this one is broken. If I go a little bit backwards, there's 212. I go a little bit more backwards because I see already some sort of problems. 235 is broken. Then if I go 2 back again, 230, this one is correct. So that means this one is broken. Putting them over and this one a little bit up. Oops. And we should have fixed now bone 40. So it's not going to, rotate anymore because we fixed that. So we can fix the next few bones. So Ventus has some specific bones that most likely get broken. These are bone 2, bone 40, bone 34, and 48. And sometimes some sort of arm like bone 30, I think, and 40 and 50 maybe? 15? Yeah, something like that. What we're gonna do now is fixing 33. We see already, that doesn't look right. So this one is broken. The broken ones we can't just value over the top here, over 0, but these ones we can put over 0. So we're just gonna right click it, mirror it, and then putting one by one these broken ones up. This 34 is, by the way, a piece of clothes on the right side here. This one. 38 is the left one of piece of clothes here. I think you only need this few further clothes because it still look good. There's some more bones you can use for Ventus clothes. You see already it's not completely lined up. I will keep it like that for now because I demonstrated only. I will save this animation later on because I will bring it into my Ventus mod later. And yeah, oh my god, yeah. So apparently this one is broken. And this one is broken. And these two are broken, if I remembered correctly. So we're gonna doing this up. Also up a little bit too much. So this one a little bit up. And this one, one more. Yeah, it's okay. And this one up. Going to the next one. This one is broken. Then this one. And this one. Did I change that here too? I think, yeah. So then the last two ones here. We are broken. Going up. This will be a long tutorial maybe. Why did I choose the Roxas model that has so many broken bones right now? Yeah, I keep it like that. And this one's going up. And this one. It's a little bit too up though. Yeah, okay, let's keep it like that. I want to be a little bit faster. Oh my god, I know the last twos are broken. This one's going up. And some sort of 5 are broken, like this one, I think, and these 5 here. So going up. Going up. This one going up. One more actually. And this one also going up. Yeah, oh, wait. That might actually is the one that reversed. And this one, there was one slightly wrong. Yeah, that should be fine. So we should have fixed that little piece of cloth. And then we are going to 38 because this one is also broken. Oh, it's just this part here, which is great. That's much easier at this point. So going up. And oops. Going up. Same goes here. You see already the spiky things here, which you see is broken or not. Yeah, god damn it. So mirror by our value, 0 value. This. Yeah, one more. Yeah, I'm gonna copy the value because otherwise I'm not sure if that works better or not, but I like to do that. You see already here, over value, over 0 value. It's a boring progress, but if you know how to do that, it can be a bit faster or not, but I think that's pretty okay. So either way, you can have better birth by sleep animations, KH1 animations or something, dream drop distance animations, mover or something. I mean, on PlayStation 2, I think the 30 FPS ones are fine enough though. So we have fixed now the piece of clothing. It's not spinning anymore. So we have only one part left, and that is the arm. So I'm not sure which bone that exactly is. It's not bone 13. 14 also not. 15, no. Then it's some sort of 23, I think. Nee. 24 was it. So this arm is apparently broken AF. So this is actually a lot broken parts here. Going up. Just so I can confirm that before I do something stupid. 25, I go on the left one. Yes, it is completely up. So these are the full broken ones. So I'm going to this here. Going fix all of that. It is definitely a bit easier this way now. When a lot is broken. But yeah. That's the whole progress to fix these animations. But we are definitely not done after we have fixed the animation. Because there is still some left to do. A few things. Like root motion, rotation bugging after you put it in the ANB Maker still. And yeah. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Value. And you are 2. Boom. Going down. Fixing animations take a bit of time, sadly. But this is something you have to do. And we should be done. If we look at the animation, it looks good. No flickering anywhere anymore. So what we are gonna do now is putting this to 100. Because otherwise it will be buggy again. When you gonna put it in the game. Going back to timeline. And see, animation looks great. So 51 frames. If I look this fast up. Loop this. Looks good. I'm fine with it. We are gonna export the frame rate at 50 because I think this is the most likely correct way. It may be a bit faster or slower or something. I normally use around this value as a frame rate, which you can put here when you go for custom. You can set frame rate. So in terms of this, 64 and 1.3.9. I don't use it for every animation, but this one is for the first ground attack of Ventus, the exact frame rate you should use. I will use 50 FPS for this now. So we are gonna export it, FBX. Going to MSET for this one. Add leaf bounds uncheck, key all bounds and LA strips off. And I use for this sample rate 2, so it will be much smaller. You can use higher rates to even more save kilobytes of RAM, but you always have to look that the animations didn't cut off or something, or some sort of it. It works most likely great. I use a sample rate around from 2 up to a sample rate of 4. For idle animations or something, I use usually also some sort of 6. When you just stand around and do nothing, that is also okay. I will use for this animation 2, and we're gonna export this animation. So we have that now on. Frick, I didn't mean to actually close this. Going back here, we have our Ventus. Where did I save that? Wait. This is MSET. Where is my... there's my untitled. Oh gosh. Alright, then we are OpenKH folder. Clicking here, open the CND console. And then we are looking for ANB Maker, which is in the OpenKH folder, and putting it in here. Do a space. Then we are gonna copy this here. Control C, putting it in here. Boom. So we don't do anything right now. We're going here for the untitled FBX and putting it here in our OpenKH folder. Then we are going back to our CMD console and press enter. Now it generates an ANB that we can use for the game, which is around 31 kilobytes big right now. So we are gonna cut that out. Then I'm gonna close it because I will not need it anymore. And putting, you know what, I put it in here. Because, yeah, why not? So I tag it as 2 because I usually tag my Ventus animations. I do it completely full. If I go like for the dodge roll or something, I have some sort of this. And when I convert them and get some triggers of it too, then yeah, I have it like this. So I like it this way. It works perfectly fine. So yeah, this is something I do usually. So we have 2. And this one actually might be broken already because the ANB Maker is sometimes a bit weird or is not fixed still, or I don't know. We have a fix for it now already. So we're going to add a motion trigger for it, which we have here. I import also a motion trigger for it because I can. Wait, where do I have my motion trigger? Is it here? I cutted that out already. Ventus. This is transform, project animations, and there are some triggers. Then I'm gonna save it, and then I'm gonna open this one here. No, not you. Open the MSET from Soraiko, this editor. And then I'm gonna put this ANB in here. And we see already there's some sort of difference. This animation only has 57. That depends on which frame rate you put this out. This is some sort of speed. I think this is still fine. You can adjust it a little bit like how you want to match it perfectly. So, but we are not done. I'm gonna copy that now. No, I don't copy it. I'm gonna save it right now. Ventus array tag, and then I have to do something stupid technically. I am going to open a bar editor again, put this ANB and export the motion out of it. I put it right now in this folder, which is the MSET folder, which I have here on my left screen right now, and put the motion here in. So we have a tool that allows to fix some rotations when they're appearing. So the question is just, where have I put this freaking tool? There, ANB corrector. So this tool only works for me when I don't have Windows Defender activated. So I'm gonna press Windows I, open this one, Windows, Sicherheit, Defender, then I'm going to settings and doing this out. So then I'm gonna open a CMD console, playground, putting the ANB in here, space, putting the motion motion in here and press enter. So that fixed now rotations that we are broken or something. So pressing enter doesn't do anything. Now you can put your Windows Defender back on. And what you wanna do is now open the bar editor again, put the ANB in here, import, and then you want your motion back. That is what you're gonna save. Done. And you open your MSET editor back again, put your fixed motion ANB in here. I just name it fix now. And I put this one to actually 70 because why not? So Ventus array tag and perfect. Now we are going to open the animation viewer again. And then we are gonna put our Ventus in here with our Ventus array tag. So let's see, we have our 30 FPS version of it, which looks good, but low FPS. Then we are going looking at the smoother one, but flickering. And then we have our exported with 2.1, which you see is already broken again because of the ANB Maker. And then we have our fixed ANB Maker one, which, see here, it's working without any problems. I think the ANB Maker makes the rotation bad again, but with the playground fix we had before, with the ANB corrector here from credits go out for someone from the dark on the OpenKH server who made it this tool. He is a god for this. But yeah, now we have a fixed Ventus animation here, which looks definitely much smoother. You can already tell the difference, right? So yeah, this is now ready to import. But we are not done. There is one thing left we have to do. You see, this animation has normally root motion, but the ANB Maker adds no root motion. So that means if you use that animation in the game, the animation will play, but the camera goes not with it, and Ventus will go snap back to his original place where the camera was. So we wanna add root motion to it. For that we are going to open a hex editor. I use KH2 because I like this one. Then we are going to put the ANB we have made it in here. This is our fixed animation we have made it. And then we are going all the way down to this. This part here, these numbers are useless for you. These ones are only the triggers you have set. So I just show a little one here. This part here, these hex values are motion triggers. If I would delete this, these numbers would not appear. So in the end part, all of these here up to the top, is the animation itself. We want this part here, the last line here, these F's to 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and right here on the right side of 3F here 0, 1. So just keep that as a reminder. This activates actually root motion. And then you can try it in game out and it should work as intended. That is actually already done with the tutorial, because this is everything you have to do. I wish you good luck with your project or something if you have problems with the animation. I hope this fixed everything of your problems, and maybe see you next time for the next tutorial, if I do one.